Hello everyone, welcome to CFD College. I'm Ashkan, and in this channel I'm presenting tutorials on CFD, ANSYS Fluent, grid generation, post-processing, fluid mechanics, and some related CFD software. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future videos. You will find lots of useful videos and tutorials in this channel. And if you know us, means that you have subscribed to the channel, and I hope you've enjoyed our previous videos. So I think you're ready for this video. I'm going to show you how you can generate a structured grid, hexahedral grid in a pipe, in a tube. In ANSYS Meshing, I know many of you maybe know how you can do it, but I want to teach the software from the beginning, from zero to like they say, from zero to hero. And I will generate a grid in a, I think in a different way in this video, so you can enjoy it. Let's have this workbench. So I'm working with ANSYS Workbench 2022 R1. As you know, ANSYS Meshing and DesignModeler are pretty much the same in all the versions. I know ANSYS Fluent modified in 2019 or 2020, but the commands and the framework is the same, so you can work with any version of Fluent. So I choose a mesh system from component system. It includes both geometry and mesh, so I can prepare both the geometry and mesh together. I use DesignModeler in this video. I will prepare a video about modeler and space claim and compare them. Many of the students cannot make their decision which one of these is good, or to learn which one of these software, I mean DesignModeler, space claim, and ANSYS Discovery. So you can watch one of our future videos, I think, uh, to see the difference. So this is DesignModeler. Okay, now first of all, let's generate the tube. For example, this is our our inlet, and the diameter of the tube, for example, is 4 centimeters. Now, let's have a pipe with a diameter of 4 centimeters and with a length of 50 centimeters. So this is the pipe we have. And now let me block, or somehow, let's say, divide this pipe to 5 uh, parts in order to generate a structured grid. So I need another sketch. In this sketch, I will draw a rectangle first. So imagine this is the rectangle, the dimension, and now I can use symmetry to make sure that the square is symmetric with respect to x and y axis. Uh, okay, I have to specify these values. For example, 14 I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good. Or maybe 15 millimeters. Yeah, that's good. Now, I don't want to use this square. So I choose this arc by 3 points and make it a bit better. For example, I think it's good. Mm, I think now let me draw the same for this one and this one and this one. Now you can modify it and use coincident. Pick this one and place it on the cylinder to make sure that all these curves are similar to each other. Now you can delete the square. Now we have to create another sketch and create the butterfly lines. I mean this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then close them and make sure that the angle of these lines with the angle between these lines and the axis is 45 degrees. Oops, sorry. Uh, Let me first fix these lines. And now I can, okay, we just wanna, okay, now it's good. So now I can use extruded for a sketch 2 and a slice uh, the cylinder and then another one for a sketch 3 and a slice. And now you can see I have 5 parts for the pipe. Now I have to right click, select them all, right click and click on form new part and make them fluid. This way, the interfaces are not generated. After that, I can go to meshing and generate the structure grid. This is the pipe we have, and now I have to insert some method. As you know, the sweep method, because we want to generate hexahedral mesh, and in this way I can select source and target. Source is, for example, this side, so the target should be the other side. And then I will add a face meshing and I select all the faces I have. After that, I need to use some sizing. Especially, I always use edge sizings. For example, here, and I always change the type to number of divisions so that I can control and fully understand what's happening in the mesh. And the behavior should be on hard. Another one, I only need to define the sizing for the source faces. For example, 25 and hard, and another one for radial lines. Number of division, for example, 15 without any bias for now. If I click on generate, here you can see we have fully structured grid for this pipe. You can also check the inner cross-sectional view. Let's say go to Home tab and click on Section Plane. Try to generate and create a cross-sectional view. This way you can see the mesh inside the geometry. You should do this for any three-dimensional geometry you have to check the mesh within the domain, not only on on the outer surfaces. As you can see, since I controlled every parameter, there is no need to change the physics preference from mechanical to CFD. And in the end, you can select this one and create some name selection. For example, here is outlets. These are walls, and this faces presents the inlets. And in the end, you have to click on update to see the trans to see the message or to have this block checked. Okay, now I you can change the sizings if you want to change the size of the grid. You can use a bias towards the wall if you want, but I think it's a good grid and it's fully structured, and it's similar to what we have in ISEM and Space Column. I have other videos for meshing a cylinder, a pipe in ICM and Space Column. You can check them. So I think it's enough for this session. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe the channel if you like these kinds of videos. If you are looking for, uh, you know, looking to learn CFD to see how you can prepare the setups the model, if you want to know how to process the results and how to build and create a model. I have lots of videos, and if these videos are useful, please share these with your friends and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video. Until the next video, take care of yourselves and bye bye.